Hey you guys, so I normally don't pop on here like with my hair a mess and no makeup on, but sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do, right? I love this sweater. It's freezing outside. I actually got this sweater for Christmas from a member of this group named Caitlin. She sent me this sweater and it's like my favorite sweater. I wore it, I loved it, I washed it, and I've wore it again. Look, I've like wore it and washed it so much it's like got fuzzies on it. So love my sweater. Thank you, Caitlin. I'm really disappointed and I'm really hurt. Let me just go to the page real quick. So we sent a invoice on the thoroughbreds to a lady named, I don't know if I should say her name or not. Like, I don't want her harassed. I don't know. I don't know if I should say her name or not. So we sent an invoice for 2 thoroughbreds to a lady, and she canceled the invoice and said that after all of the drama that has gone on, she just didn't feel comfortable buying them, and that she was sorry, but she waited, like she basically waited until time to ship them. Like, sometimes I wonder on stuff like that, like, did you do it on purpose? Like, did you request the invoice and tie the horses up until 1 second before they're shipping? Like, is that like what you did? Like, did you plan this? Did you request an invoice and then cancel it literally as they're loading trucks, knowing that there's no time? Like, I have no time to help these horses now. So let me just tell you guys, it's the 2 best ones, in my opinion. Lot 880. Okay, so Jacob just beeped in and he was telling me that the reason that the invoice got canceled is because the lady's husband got really smart with Jacob and was like basically just, I guess, had read the drama online and decided that like the horses weren't worth saving. I don't really know. I wasn't in on the conversation, and here's the problem. Like, I always catch everything like third person. I'm like never in the office when stuff happens. Like when the wrecks happen, I'm like the last one to find out, so I'm like trying to piece it all together. All I know is that they sent invoices out and the lady canceled the invoice and does not want the horses because of all of the drama online. Like, I think that she felt like there was like something wrong with the horses, and she was just like, well, with all this drama, I just don't really want to be associated with it. But here's the problem. She had the invoice sent to her and then literally waited until they're loading the truck to have it canceled. So, number 884, Ford Secret, 3-year-old off the track thoroughbred gelding, 16 2 hands high, fresh off the track, looking for his next career, has shoes on, appears sound. Personally, I looked at that horse, and to me, that horse looks like he would be fine. He looks like he's a hardy horse. For me, I will say that he has one tendon that, in my opinion, looked like it may be just a little thick, but it's not a bow. Maybe like, you know how some horses, when they've been bandaged too tight, they'll get like not a bandage bow, but like that bandage fat. That's what it looks like to me. And that sucker like moves, he moves out good. Like, they're trotting him around. If he had like a major issue, he'd be like... So I watched him trot him around. I watched him deal with that horse. There's nothing wrong with 884. Somebody could take that horse home and actually have a really phenomenal horse. So we have lot number 884, 3-year-old off the track thoroughbred, $1,050, who had a home and was considered sold until about 5 seconds ago, because now the people don't want him, and they flat said that they don't want him because of the drama that was associated with these horses over the internet. Not in this group. Like, our group and our page is just over here minding our own business, and you have this giant group of people outside of our group, and I don't understand what they're trying to accomplish. The other one that they backed out on buying is number 882. Let me tell you, if any of you guys want to buy that horse, I'll bring that horse home. I think number 882 is probably one of the classiest, most, oh my god, like, let me just tell you, in person, they don't come classier than that horse. That is the classiest. He's got the most gorgeous uphill build. That's a wonderful horse. He's flashy. He's soft in the face. He's intelligent. You know, Kate, I don't know. All I know is that an invoice was requested for these 2 horses in particular. They didn't pay. They had an excuse why they didn't pay. They didn't pay again. They had an excuse why they didn't pay. And then finally tonight, right as they're loading the truck, Jacob calls me and he's like, you're never going to believe this shit. And I'm like, what now? And he's like, I had to cancel the invoice on those 2 thoroughbreds. They don't have a home. And I'm like, oh, okay. So why? And he said, I don't really know. He said, the lady's husband called me and he was like mad. And I was like, mad? And he's like, yeah. He's like, something about the drama online. And, you know, those women were contacting them and they just didn't feel comfortable buying these 2 horses after being contacted and told that they were tainted. The state was contacted by these women, and so many women called the state over and over and over again telling them that we had tainted horses at the lot with EHV1, that they actually came out and inspected and were like, okay, we see no symptoms at all in these horses. The thing is, they quarantined the fairgrounds, and one of these horses raced there in December. And he left the fairgrounds before the quarantine there happened. So there was nothing to make you feel like these horses were associated with that quarantine other than these women pulled it out of their asses. And I think what they were thinking is that with this, they would like get the state to come out and quarantine the entire kill pen. But you have to remember that they won't quarantine the kill pen. They'll order direct ship, which means let's just say that kill pen 1 over here has an outbreak of something. Generally, what that causes is, if you guys noticed, there was a outbreak in Florida caused by a kill pen horse, and then that kill pen has not been offering any horses to the public lately. Not ours. Not the one that I say ours. God, I have to stop saying that because it's not. I have nothing to do with it. I feel like because I help advertise the horses, this is like I've put my blood, sweat, and tears into this, and then I get accused all the time of like being the kill buyer because I'm like ours. But I feel like this is my effort. This is like my blood, my sweat, my tears, my everything has gone into this. And for like the last year, I've just felt like it's crumbling around me, like it's just falling apart because of these fucking people. And you guys have to forgive me, but I don't understand. Like, okay, so you don't like the kill pen. That's fine. You don't like the guy that owns the kill pen. That's fine. You don't like me. That's fine. But what exactly are they trying to accomplish? Because what they've accomplished as of right now is they're in the sleet, currently loading trucks, and these 2 thoroughbreds are innocently standing there thinking that they have a forever home, like standing in their little, you know, private care pen, like, my mom bought me today and I'm going to a good home. And then now, no, like they're fixing to get run out of the private care facility loose, like 2 piece of shit, good for nothing, like abandoned crap. You know, and they're not crap. They're not pieces of shit. They're not worthless. They don't deserve to be treated with that much disrespect. And I don't understand how somebody could request an invoice on these 2 horses, say that they're going to pay, and then 5 minutes before they're loading the truck, not pay their invoice, and then say, well, it's because of these women online. So I want to know, what does Jill Jensen think that she's doing? What does, you know, Maggie Moss, what do they think that they're doing when they shame the kill pens publicly, and then somebody chooses not to buy a horse from the kill pen that they were going to purchase because now they don't want to be involved in drama, they're scared to buy the horses, they don't feel comfortable. Who suffered? Because here's the deal, they're fixing to open the gate and run those 2 horses down the alleyway right up on that semi. And the moment that they hit the border, they're paid for. Like tomorrow morning, Jacob will have money for every single horse that unloads tonight. Like, well, it takes a while to get there. But they literally run the horses off the straight deck into the pens. And, well, it'll happen in the morning because it's Saturday. The money will be wired instantly. Like, no joke. No joke. So, it's not like you're going to put them out of business by doing this. And this is what I've tried to stress. There's 94 of you watching. Please listen to me. You are not going to put the kill pens out of business. You're not going to. Because here's the problem. This is another thing that happened. There was another pen, and they had an outbreak of something, and they did not have they were letting the horses leave without proper paperwork, and the horses left without proper paperwork from their pens. went to a state and infected a bunch of horses. This happened recently, not from us. Dr. Horner is amazing. Dr. Horner is there every Wednesday. Dr. Horner would bend over backwards and give you his life, I promise. Dr. Horner has Parkinson's disease, and he even went and had a surgery done so that he can, he has a button that he pushes, and they did like a surgery on his brain and put in this thing that controls his Parkinson's recently. And, you know, it's something that he wanted to do for him so that he could keep, you know, just being the best vet that he can be and being the, you know, because he feels like nobody else would come out and do this work. And he does a wonderful job, and he has suffered a great deal of abuse. He has suffered a great deal of online bashing. He has had the state board contacted a dozen times in the last year, and by people that didn't even purchase horses. This is happening by people that are just on social media. And here's the thing, if you don't like me, I'm fine with that. I'm not a malicious person, and I'm actually not a crazy person, but there's a lot of jealousy out there. I have read things where people, they just go crazy. They're like, they see my Mercedes and they see our nice house and they see my nice things, and then it just gets this jealousy going, and the next thing I know, it's like they're accusing like me of buying this stuff with blood money, and we kill horses so I can have these nice things, you know. And then it just spirals into like this angry vendetta, and it's like they get obsessed and consumed. And so then these thoroughbreds get stuck in the middle. Like, we advertise the thoroughbreds, they're for sale, and these women like start attacking the people that are potentially going to buy them. And now it is 9:15 at night. They're loading trucks, and these two horses don't have homes. They did have homes today. And the thing is when the husband called, he was angry. He was like angry like somebody had done something to him. You know, like, you don't call and be like, hey, I don't want to buy these horses, thank you, but no thank you. And you're like, okay, you know, what's the deal? And he's like, well, I'm just going to be really honest. I don't appreciate you like trying to, you know, scam us. I don't appreciate you selling us tainted horses, knowingly selling us these disease-infected horses. What? Like, what? So my problem with this situation is these horses, first of all, since they came in and they were thoroughbreds, they had been kept in private care, because the thoroughbreds get really skinny fast and they don't know how to like, they don't know how to be like in pens with other horses. So we've always done a really good job of like taking the thoroughbreds and putting them separate so that they don't get hurt, so that they don't hurt themselves, because they just have no idea about being in a pen with 20 other horses. Like, we've had thoroughbreds in the beginning when we didn't realize it was going to be such an issue, like try to jump out, jump into the hay rack, like just lose their ever-loving mind. So we've always kept the thoroughbreds separately, which was the blessing too, because when the state came out, immediately they realized that the thoroughbreds are kept like in individual pens. So Melanie, I don't know, you guys would have to call Jacob. I mean, I'm assuming that since he just called me, I think when he called me just now, he said, do you know anybody in the world that wants these two horses? And I'm like, they were sold. And he's like, you know, like, I'm sorry, I'm trying to read the comments and it just, I can't multitask that well. I'm like, no, I thought they were sold, so I don't have anybody to buy them at 9 o'clock at night. And he's like, well, the people backed out from buying them because of the drama online. And I'm like, you're kidding. And he's like, no. He's like, one of the ladies that donates a lot of money and helps is going to donate for $881 and $880, because I really wanted to get the horse that came from Shane Wilson saved, because him and his wife, that was $881. Him and his wife were like, so, like, they were like about to cry on the phone when they called, and they like were like, we don't have the $1,050 to come get him, but like, give us a minute, you know what I mean? Just give it a second. So Shane Wilson and his wife were like so concerned about 881 that when she was like, look, I can potentially purchase 2 of them, this lady donates a lot of money, so she took 880 and 881, but it leaves 882 and 884 with nowhere to go. They're $1,050. They were purchased at the sale barn for decent amount of money, like horses are high right now because of the holidays, and you know, the borders were closed, and so after the holiday, the plants have not been getting horses for like about a week, 2 weeks maybe. And so since everything was slow at the border, the big issue is that now the plants are like, we need horses, and so the prices are up. The prices are up and horses are up. So that's another thing. Like, I think these women think that if the horses don't sell to the public, they've like done some kind of justice. Like, they've hurt Jacob, they've hurt his business, they've won, but they didn't win anything. All they did was doom these horses to their death. Like, that's what they won. Like, okay, so you got online and you created a bunch of ruckus and a bunch of drama, and you created not 1, not 2, but 3 pages dedicated to bashing me. One page that they have on there, they literally posted a thing that they put my name on, but I didn't type it, that said, "We'll never let horses leave our lot." The thoroughbreds are shown every single time we get them. Why would you put, it's a posing Thompson horse lot, and it says my name, Tara Michelle Sanders, and then it's like this long thing that's like, "I agree with Mike McBaron, we'll never sell a thoroughbred." We sell thoroughbreds every time they come here. Why would you post that? Like, just, so they've, in the last 24 hours, created 3 more hate pages. 3 more. There's 3 new, solely dedicated to hating me, hating Jacob, hating this. So, yeah, I don't know what to do. I mean, like, people sometimes act like I'm a little crazy, I'm a little passionate, I'm a little this, I'm a little that. And the truth is, I am, but it's because of stuff like this. Like, I don't give a shit what those people say about me. I don't care if you like me or not. I don't care if you want to get on your little page and talk about my Mercedes. I don't care if you want to get on your page and say that I wear too much makeup. I don't care. But when the shit that you're saying starts to truly affect the horses finding homes, we have a problem. And it's a problem that shouldn't be just with me. You guys have to understand, these horses are sold. They're sold. I mean, the plant will take them and pay for them first thing in the morning. Okay? That's the truth. And then people go, why does the lot price them over kill plant price? Do you know that how much money and how much effort it takes to rehome these horses? It's a lot of extra overhead. I don't blame the pins for wanting more than kill plant price for the horses. I will never blame them for that, because I'm just going to tell you, like, there are days that you could never pay me to do this job. Like, I have been called every name in the book. I have been called a compulsive liar. I have been called a thief, a con artist, a scammer, a crook, a kill buyer. I mean, that's literally like the stuff that I've heard about myself. And you know what? I don't care. I don't care what those psychos have to say about me. But as of today, 2 horses that were marked sold and there was an invoice sent on are not sold, and they are fixing to get on a truck going to slaughter tonight, because the lady canceled her invoice the day the truck loads because she felt like there was too much drama associated with these horses online. So I want to know, what do we do? I mean, you guys, there's 104 of you watching. This video has gotten up to as high as 120. What do we do? I mean, there does become a time where what they say about me doesn't matter. What they say about Jacob doesn't matter. We know the truth about ourselves. We know how we feel. We know what our motives are. I know that my only concern are the horses. It's the only reason I would ever put up with the crap I've put up with, is because I want to see the horses find homes. But then when you run into this situation to where you have a buyer back out on 2 horses as the truck's loading because they feel like there's too much drama, you know, these ladies attacked them through private message. And the husband, I understand, he was like angry. He was angry because his wife had been attacked through private message, and he was angry because these women were claiming that the horses were tainted and that they were going to be spreading this EHV1 all over the world. And that's like, these horses don't even have that. And the state even confirmed that these horses are in no way of being in danger or being a danger, or they would not allow them to be sold. They came out. I mean, they came out because they literally had phone call after phone call after phone call after phone call from all of these crazy online women going, we have reason to believe that Thompson Horse Lot is advertising horses with EHV1. What are you trying to accomplish? Because here's the thing you guys have to understand. when there's an outbreak like that, they don't put all the horses to sleep. They don't make the kill pen like do anything. They just make everything deemed direct ship. It's just direct ship because they're going for kill. There's no worry about them spreading disease because they're going for kill. So they just get deemed direct ships. If you've ever been to a sell barn, at the very end of the sell, they'll sell horses that they couldn't get coggins pulled on. And because they couldn't get a coggins pulled on them, they can only be sold to a kill buyer, and they put a big giant pink X on them, which means they're not, they have to just literally go from there straight to kill. They can't go abroad. Like, they can't go to the pens because there's no knowing about the coggins because, like, it's a wild horse. And we have told every buyer that ever brings horses, anytime we go to the sales, we won't buy horses that didn't get coggins because we want every horse that comes to the pen to have a chance, and we would never take the chance of bringing a horse with no coggins to the pens, even overnight. So, like, because this is something that I am so passionate about that we can't even take that chance. Like, you can buy those horses that they can't pull coggins on for, like, $25 and they're worth $700. So it's a huge monetary loss not to buy those kind of horses and sell because they are worth so much money and you can buy them for nothing, except for we can't take that chance. We can't even take that chance with those kind of horses. So now we come to the point to where I've created this group. I love this group. I desperately want to be here, and I want to like rally together like a group of us that just do everything we can for the horses and really turn this into something positive like it was in the beginning. And then the moment that I feel like it's starting to evolve back into a really wonderful thing and it's helping a lot of horses, this is something that sucks. Like, I am watching these horses videos like thinking to myself, we have to do something. So, I don't know. So, lot 884, Ford Secret, and lot 882, the big, beautiful sorrel horse, I have room for one. I can't take them both. I just don't have any more room at my house. I would have to put them in a stall together. So, but I mean, so if somebody wants to donate money and you can't take a horse, one of them can come here. Or if you want to buy one of them, that just please like inbox me immediately. If you want to maybe send a little bit of money to put the $200 deposit, I don't really know what to do because I don't want them to ship. So I can't. I mean, I just don't. After Christmas, personally for me, I can't buy one. I purchased 2 last week and that was the top of my funds. And that's what kills me is I only have so much money through Lavelle that's my money to put into my horses, and I've pulled enough horses that like I can't keep pulling horses and spending my feed money on one horse. You know, like I need to be able to feed everything. My horses are really well taken care of, so it's not cheap. They're $10.50 both of them. 882 is $10.50 and Ford Secret is $10.50. It just drives me nuts that they were both sold. That's what hurts my feelings the most is they were both sold. Everybody saw them marked sold and literally don't want their invoice. Don't want to pay for them because of the drama. So, I'm pretty sure that a girl is working on 8855 plus she received money. And Paisley, the little black and white pony, those are the only ones that are shipping. Paisley, the black and white pony, and those 2 thoroughbreds are the only ones that you guys, I think, I mean, some of these other ones, they didn't have homes anyway. So, I mean, I think if somebody wanted to buy one and we could get deposits put, he would probably give till Monday. I mean, I don't really know what else to do. I just know that it sucks. What I'm thinking is like if we all just send a little bit and get like the $200 deposits on each one, then that will keep them from shipping, and then other people can try to purchase them through the weekend. That's like the only thing I can think to do. See, that's what hurts my feelings. Like, people always come to me and they're like, please don't ship this horse. I think I want it. And I really, honestly, Gary, I could be like, hey, Gary, don't ship, blah, blah, blah. And he'll be like, do you have a deposit? And I'm like, no. And he's like, okay, well, we've been through this before. He's like, because that's the problem, is that we have had so many people, freaking people do that. Like, don't ship it, don't ship it, don't ship it. I'm going to pay for it Monday. And then they don't ever come through. And then the horse didn't make it on the truck. And now it's just standing here and it gets sick. Like, one time a lady had 4 horses. She begged Gary not to ship them. He didn't ship them. And then, like, 2 of the 4 got really, really sick and lost weight. And by the time that they did get shipped, waiting on this lady to figure out what she was doing, they were worth like hundreds of dollars less than what they were if he would have just shipped them. And they ended up shipping anyway. So bad apples like that have just ruined it. But my issue is like, whenever I call, Gary doesn't see it as special circumstances. Like, he just sees it as, again, somebody else is like gonna buy a horse and didn't buy it. And you know, in his eyes, it could have shipped a week ago and been gone and already had the money back, you know? But that lady has had the invoice for these horses since, I think, maybe Tuesday night. And because they were marked sold, boom, that fast she had it. And she was like, so Tuesday night, she like made an excuse. Wednesday, she made an excuse. Thursday, she was like, okay, I will, I'll pay it today. And finally today, Jacob was like, are you going to pay it or not? We could probably pay deposits on them. 10 is better than none. I bet but here's the thing. If we all sent $10, that would be paying for half of them. Like, I mean, I can send a little. I try. Like, every week I try to send a little. Like, I send like $50 towards this horse or $20 towards that horse because I feel like every little bit helps. Like, I sent a little money earlier today for Charlotte. It wasn't a lot, but, you know, for me, I was like, okay, I'm going to send money, and I did, and, you know, it bought her time. I mean, it didn't. So, like, Charlotte was originally $650, and she's down to $585, and they're not going to ship her because she has donations. So, all I can think to do is, if we just send, like, a bunch of $5, what can they say? Like, I can be like, well, Gary, no, they're not paid for, but there's $100 on this one and $50 on that one, or $200 on each one. Do you want me to refund these people's money, or do you? And he'll be like, no, that's fine. I mean, that's what I'm thinking we should do. So, yes, the lady that canceled the invoice just messaged the page and like had the nerve to be like, I don't appreciate your girlfriend making a video about me. Remember that video I posted where the girl's like, I want to just mop. Like, I don't appreciate your girlfriend making a video about me. Lady, you literally requested an invoice days ago on these 2 horses and have said over and over and over and over and over again, like, I will tell you this to your face. Like, I'm not making a video about you behind your back. I didn't unadd you from this group. So I hope you and your husband is watching this shit. Because literally, what you did was shitty. You requested an invoice on not 1 but 2 horses and made every excuse in the world and said you were going to pay for them, and then literally, like, 2 seconds before they go to load the truck, you have your husband call. You don't even have the decency to call. You have your husband call, and you treated Jacob like he had done something to you. Well, we don't appreciate you selling us tainted horses. That's what I have to say, because I'm not supposed to say the F word. That's been the thing. Everybody's like, stop saying the F word on camera. Stop saying the F word on camera. Okay. Well, I don't know what else to tell you. Let me tell you. The message you sent to the page came to me. I received it first, and I'm not going to respond. Okay, so if you're interested, yeah, I am turning a little red. But I mean, how dare her be like, I don't appreciate you making a video about me. What else do you want me to do? Like, I don't know what else to do. Like, excuse me, I'm sorry, you guys. I, at this point, have not been schooled in the proper way to handle this kind of stuff. Like, they don't teach you this in high school or in college, just in case anybody was wondering why I fail a lot and probably do things that might not be appropriate because it's a learning curve, because they don't teach you in high school or in college how to handle nonsense. Kelly, the PayPal address is on Thompson Horse Lot. I made a post earlier today that said we will be posting updated prices shortly. The lot currently only has one person helping with the Facebook page this evening, and it's a lot of work. Please be patient. Robin is at work, and Jacob is also unavailable because they were cleaning the pins and they were sorting off the horses that are direct ships, because some of them came from a bucking string and we can't get halters on them. So don't know what to tell you, because there's about 20 of those and they will freaking kill you. They were beautiful. And of course, the guy that sold them on the loose stood up and was like, these horses have been rode. And then, no, they hadn't been rode. They were bucking. They were bucking horses with brands, and they can't even get a halter on them. And so it says, if you're wanting to gift funds towards a horse, send money via goods and services and note which lot number you're gifting funds towards. And it's longlivecowtraders@yahoo.com. So if you don't know, if we can get deposits on both of these horses, I'm going to call the lady that, there's a fundraising group that I actually trust. We have had so many people embezzle money. I can't even, I don't know what else to call it except for embezzlement. Like, yeah, they were rode and they will buck your ass off. Like, that's what they were rode to do. You can't get halters on them. One of them, like, they were trying to put halters on them, and they ran them up in the chute because you couldn't get near them. And one of them, like, reared up over the chute and was, like, trying to bite. Like, ah. And I was like, ah, I think that one's a no. My God. Jill Jensen, would you like a free horse? If you can ride it, you can have it. Oh, I'm horrible. My sense of humor is terrible. So this is my issue with all of this. We do, like, we as a group, we need to rally together. I'm sorry that sometimes I wonder, I mean, like, I'm not a real insecure person, but I've actually said several times in my life to Jacob and even to my parents, I'm like, you know, I feel like I'm a really good person. I feel like my heart's in the right place, but I suffer so much hate online. I almost wonder, like, is there like a character flaw? And my mom finally, you know, your mom's the person that always does the like, oh, Tara, don't feel that way. They throw rocks, you know, at things that shine, you know, and I'm like, God, you're a Taylor Swift song, mother. But, you know, sometimes I feel like it's my fault. Sometimes I feel like these women get a personal vendetta against me. And their personal vendetta with me drives them to be so seriously obsessed with me, like obsessed, that they dedicate their days to like where I'm going to eat, what I'm driving, what I wore, how much makeup I had on, to making memes. And I don't feel like that's healthy. Like, I have to laugh about it sometimes to like keep from it being like hurtful. But in the same breath, like, don't waste your time on me. Like, go do something positive with your life. Like, that's the one thing I can say is that when I started Double S years ago, my goal was to try to find as many horses' homes as possible. I'm going to tell you right now, there have been a lot of learning curves. Like, when I first started this, I didn't even know that the horses needed to be quarantined. And that's just the God honest truth. Like, I had no idea. I mean, I had bought sell barn horses before and taken them home. Like, it never dawned on me that sell barn horses, you know, have probably been... I also didn't know, like, the inner workings of it. And there are sell barn horses that have been to 5 or 6 sales. We have received a horse and on their coggins is like 4 hip numbers where they were just traded on, and I don't know why, because some of those are the very best ones. And so what I run into is I had no idea that the horses needed to be quarantined. So we went through a phase for about 4 or 5 months where I was a monster because I had peddled horses out of the kill pen that had never been quarantined. I didn't know. I just flat did not know. And then, so once we realized, okay, they need to be quarantined, I tried to just quarantine the horses and then sell them, but the prices got so high that I would have to, the horses would be like $3,000 by the time I had like floated their teeth and wormed them and done their feet and they were ready to be homed. So like literally over almost 4 years now that this has been going on, this has evolved, and like I've made a lot of mistakes. Like I have really fucked up a couple of times. I've double sold horses and had to call people and go, do you want to pick a different horse or do you want a refund? And sometimes people are mad. Like they're very mad, you know, and thank God, generally, if I've ever accidentally double sold a horse, one party will say like, no, it's fine, I just want to save a horse, I'll pick another one. But then you always have this one person that just flies off the handle like a cuckoo bird. We've had horses die. We had a lady buy a horse and it got struck by lightning in the pens. Like, you know, like, what do you do? We've had people, one lady bought a mare and foal, and the foal contracted strangles and he didn't make it. And I mean, I'm going to tell you, I have never in my life suffered heartache like I've suffered in the last 4 years of doing this. Like, I have never in my life, I have been, in high school I was bullied, you know, long blonde hair, big boobs, nice car, mom and dad did everything they could for me. I, you know, got to go to the horse races and do stuff. So, I mean, there's always those people that's just, they're envious. I had great friends in high school, but I also had people that really, really bullied me. And so, I'm going to tell you, that is nothing compared to this. That hate is nothing compared to what I suffer online. I mean, I had a horse race in my name recently at a track, and the racetrack received 250 emails from a group of people that were trying to ban me from being able to race my horses. Like, who does that hurt, or what does, that's so unfair. Like, the hate that I have suffered, I get that I've made mistakes. I get that through this, it's been a learning curve, and okay, I have done things that probably were inappropriate as hell. I have cussed people. I have flown off the handle. I have refunded people's money and cussed them like a dog. But I've had people that pushed me to that point too. I'm human. Like, I'm human. I'm human. And trust me, I run a group with 31,000 people, and 10% of the people in this group are crazy. Okay? That's 3,100 crazy people. That's what the statistics say, that 1 in 10 people is a little crazy. So that means there's 3,100 people in this group. And then Thompson Horse Lot page has 50,000 people. So there's got to be 5,000 crazies on there. So now we're up to 8,100 crazies, and I've got 47,000 followers on my Facebook fan page. So there's a lot of crazy people floating around here. So Thompson Horse Lot has these horses. The people have backed out on buying them because of the drama. I'll give you guys a list if you're ready. Okay, 8857 has 2 purchasers. One lady that believes that the horse used to belong to her that wants to purchase it, and a lady that actually did purchase it. And currently, I think the lady that it used to belong to is going to buy it, and the lady that was going to buy it's going to pick a different horse, but I don't know which one. Sage is safe. That's lot 8856. I can tell that Robin must be off work because the horse's ads have been updated. Robin is a miracle worker. If you guys don't know Robin O'Connor, let me tell you, that woman wouldn't take 1 dime from Jacob. He has offered to do nice things for her because she, I don't know, that lady has a heart of gold. Like, she is a physical therapist. She updates all the ads on the horses. I don't know Robin O'Connor in person, but I'm going to tell you that is probably one of the best people I've ever met, and she is the most selfless person, and she does this for nothing. I can't say the same for Tracy Stearns. She recently had to be removed due to keeping donations. So, just so you know, Emily Turner was the same way. Emily Turner came in with a bang, started having people donate a lot of money, and then it was very clear that she was keeping a lot of it. So, we've just had, so the thing is, I want people to send money directly to the lot, because when it comes in, it gets updated directly to the horses, and like, you will see, like, if you send $40, it will say $40. Like, you will see exactly where your money goes, and that's how come I want it to, I like the money to go directly to the lot. People all the time are like, let me send it to you. Please don't. Just send it directly to the horses. Do not send it to me. Do not send it to me. Do not. Okay, Charlotte is down to 585. 757 is sold. Okay, Paisley needs a home. 8854 Paisley, that horse needs a home. She's 650, beautiful black and white pony. Okay, the horses that we need to try to save tonight are number 884 Ford Secret, and 882 the Sorrel Gelding. So those are the horses. Emily Turner now works for Kaufman Kilpin. Like, she actually is employed by them, and she's like fundraising and keeping half the money. It's just really crazy what she gets away with. I don't even want to talk about that. I see all of the bad that goes on, and you know what? I don't want to focus on any of the negative. Like, if people want to go to those places and donate their money and take the chance of that kind of stuff happening, I'm not against you giving money. You're going to be blessed for trying to do the right thing with it. I just want for Double S to be run super legitimate, and I want the money to go directly to the horses, and I want for you to be able to see on the horses ad, like, lot number 884, $25. Like, you will see. Thank you so much. I will try. Thank you so much. So, and it looks like lot 878 also needs a home. 878. So what we're looking at is 878. This is not a thoroughbred. It's a paint mare. That's one that, if any of you guys are not looking for a thoroughbred but a riding horse, but the ones that actually need our help tonight are 882 and 884. And then Paisley also needs somebody to send $10. That way they won't put her on the truck. That's 88.54. Don't tell Jacob and Gary I said that, but just so you guys know, if you will just, I've learned, even if a horse only gets $25, they don't have the heart to, like, refund the money and ship the horse. So, like, I've seen them hold horses that, like, out of the $200 deposit, they had, like, 25 bucks. So, just so you know. It's, and, you know, the other day Gary said that a lot of the expense is, let's say that a horse gets a $200 reprieve and another $200 reprieve. That $400 that came off of their price, a lot of that money just went back into, like, upkeep. So if you guys are going to go to the page, just go to Thompson Horse Lot when this video is over. At the top of the page, it says, like, with little bows, because I like the pink bow emoji, it says, like, we will be posting updated prices shortly. The longlivecowtraders@yahoo.com email address is in there. That's directly to the lot. You will send it goods and services, and they will, even though PayPal will take a small amount out, I think 2%, the lot will still give 100% of what you donated towards the horse. They don't minus the 2%. And you want to put in the memo, like, you'll do it, goods and services. In the memo, you're going to put gift towards bail of lot number and whichever horse that you choose to gift funds to. And currently 884 and 882 are the thoroughbreds. And then Paisley, which is 88.54, and Sophie, which is 878. Those are the 4 horses that basically are out of time. Sophie and Paisley, I do believe, have until Monday, but the 2 thoroughbreds were out of time today. They are actually, I need to call Jacob. So I'm going to get off of here so that I can call him and tell him that people are sending money. So please, if it's $1, here's the thing. There's 105 of us watching. $1. $1. Just send $1. It's okay. Like, trust me, $1. If all of us, I'm going to send 25 to each horse. So PayPal won't work. You probably can do Walmart to Walmart. The problem with Walmart to Walmart, Caitlin, is on a lot of the gifts towards Belle. Look, you can see, like, where I was, like, bawling before this video. PayPal can take a credit card. If you are wanting to gift funds towards a horse and you don't have a PayPal, I can actually send you an invoice that you can pay without having a PayPal, and you pay it with your card. The PayPal address is longlivecowtraders@yahoo.com, and it is listed at the top of Thompson Horse Lot's page. And you will send it goods and services, because they don't allow friends and family because it's a business. And they get audited, they get tax stuff, they want to have everything, like, in line. So you have to send it goods and services, and you have to put in the memo that it is a gift towards Belle, and you have to put the exact lot number. And I'm going to think on this tonight. I would like to have 4 to 5 women that are going to join me to be admins of this group, because this group used to be a blast. If you would like to potentially help with this, I need people that can help me not only maybe update the website, admin this group. I would like for us to even write some articles about refeeding. When the weather gets better, I want to do some videos about the first 30 days. I'm going to post them for free in here, the first 30 days of when you get a horse from the kill pen. So just inbox me and call Jacob and tell him 884 is safe for 10 days. it just kills me that you guys have the same heart that I do. It just kills me to think that there are so many of you in here that are like, you're like me, you're like desperate. You're like, okay, I have $5. Okay, I have $50. Okay, I have $2. And then we have shitty people like Jill Jensen that cost these horses from finding their homes in the first place. Like, I can't help but cry. I can't help it because to me, it's like, when I created Double S, I had so much passion for this, and I've let these people rob me of that passion. Like, I have let the negativity and the name calling, I'm telling you, I'm human. I have fucked up. I mean, I'm telling you, I've double sold horses. I mean, we've had people buy a horse and it died. We've had people purchase horses and abandon them, never come and get them. If you need an invoice, just send it to my inbox right now. I'm going to get off of here. I mean, I don't want to cry on camera. I don't like my cry face. I look like Kim Kardashian. I'm going to go through the comments, and anybody that needed an invoice, I'm going to do that real quick so that I can like regain my composure. But when I created Double S, I had so much passion. Like, my everything was, I mean, I'm telling you that when a new load of horses came in, I was the first one at the lot. I watched, and it hurt my feelings because I was at the lot every day, so I started being accused of being the kill buyer, so I quit going out there. And every time a new load of horses comes, I want to like jump in my car and rush out there and like greet them and tell them like, thank you so much, you know, for being a good horse, and you know, it's okay. Like, I used to go out and I would tell the horses, like, I would pet them and I would tell them like, I know that you're scared, but you don't know this, but there's 30,000 people in my group and they can't wait to help you find a home. Like, I felt that. Like, I woke up every day of my life and I felt that, and I believed that. I believed in my heart at one time that it was a blessing that the horses ended up there, because I knew that they had you guys and they had me, and together we were going to find them homes. Like, I believed it in my heart, and over time, I quit believing it. I quit believing that it was a blessing. I just started believing that all of it was a curse. Like, it was just awful. And I don't know how my vision and my passion turned into me feeling so bad all the time. Like, I mean, there was last year, right before I started doing Lavelle, which I needed Lavelle when it came into my life because I needed something to take my focus off of just being depressed. I mean, I just did. I was depressed all of the time, and I was depressed all of the time because I felt like the harder I pushed for Double S to save the horses, I mean, Mitch Stanley punched me and broke my nose because he didn't want me to compete with his pins. I mean, and then his son beats up an old man and they kill a dog. Like, that's just who they are. And then not only am I suffering like in-person hate from the Stanley brothers and from Mike McBaron. Like, I could not go to a horse sale with Jacob because I was afraid, like physically afraid. Like, I was afraid that they were going to physically harm me again. So I go through that, and then I literally go through that, and then I get over that, and then I have all this crap online with people that I'm logging into the PayPal right now to update the horses. Oh, it says it's incorrect. I might have to call Jacob. I don't know that I have his login. Imagine that. So, okay, I'm going to log in and start to collect the donation amounts so that I can place them on the horses. I'm going to not cry. I'm going to ask you that if you are interested by any chance in being part of this, to let me know. Okay, Jamie Gerlman, Jacqueline, Jimmy, Terry, Rebecca. Okay, so Janet, Deborah, Rebecca, and Terry's donations or gifts came at around 6 o'clock today, and they went towards I don't name the horses, so that sucks, because I used to name them and I could remember their names, and now that I don't put the names, I'm like, Charlotte. Her name is Charlotte. And then we had money from Jimmy, and that went towards the one thoroughbred that says deposit paid was lot number she paid the full $200 deposit on lot number 880, I believe. So 880, that deposit was paid before this video. 880, yes. That was paid by her at 6:42. So at 9:37, Jacqueline, Jamie, and I've got $31. Like, I know that I want you guys, I've got 2 that are good amount from Jamie and Jacqueline. I've got 3 people that sent $1, and I want you to know that's, to me, that means something. Like, that means to me, like, that might be your last dollar, and I've been there. Like, I've been there. I just want you to know I've been there. I have literally been there. And for me to think that, you know, like, you might not have much, but you had $1 and you were willing to give it, I want you to know from me, if nobody else will say something, $1, that means a lot. Like, that's all right. Like, I want to thank you for doing that, because I feel like that's just... Okay, you guys. So, I'm currently going to update these. If you guys need invoices, please either inbox me, or I'm going to go through the comments. Just let me know, and I'm going to try my best to call Jacob real quick and tell him that the thoroughbreds are getting money coming in towards them. And if you don't mind, please, either 880 or 884, no, 882 and 884, please put in the memo which one you want it to go towards. 884, 882. As of right now, I haven't sent any invoices out from in the comments, but I do have $33 is what has been sent so far, which is, I'm okay with that. I'm gonna go through here and look and see what number these go to. So if you need invoices, let me know and I will get them to you. Please, if you would like to help me admin this group, I have a blast email, and there's 16,000 people on the email list. I would love to do more with that, and I would love to do more with the website, which is killpinhorses.com, but I need help. Like, I can't do it all by myself. And I used to have a small army of amazing women, and honestly, one by one, they just got attacked. And it got to the point to where one lady that helped me probably more than anything was at a auction, and a lady, like, started throwing stuff at her, calling her a kill buyer helper, and she was literally at an auction looking to buy a project for her kids, and I can't even imagine. Like, and then we've had lots of people come to gain monetary wise, and, you know, it always surfaces when it's about the money. So I love you guys. I'm going to read the comments, try to get these invoices, and I'm overwhelmed, as you can see from my crybabiness. So, okay. Bye, you guys.